Let's have an honest conversation. Straight from the heart. If you're already in your 70s, 80s, or even older, that's no reason to think you're a burden to anyone. No reason to hide away. And definitely not a reason to rush into a place you don't want to go, a nursing home. Sometimes thoughts like these come up. I'm not the person I used to be, I get tired often, I don't want to be a burden to my children, maybe it would be better if I just went somewhere where everything is taken care of. But you know what? Old age is not weakness. It's not shame, and it's certainly not being unneeded. Old age is maturity, experience, memories, stories. It's your life, lived honestly, the best way you knew how. You don't owe anyone to make room. You are the roots. And your presence in this world matters. Of course, there are hard days. Days when you wish someone was near. When your joints ache, and the walls of your home feel silent. But that's not a reason to give up on yourself. Because the real reason to move isn't tiredness. Or old age. The real reason can only be one thing: you want it yourself. Not because someone suggested it, not because you think it'll be easier for others. If you live in your own home, surrounded by things you know, hearing the voices of loved ones in every corner, that heals too. Home is more than a roof over your head. It's memory. It's the space where you are still truly alive. So don't rush. Give yourself time. Listen to yourself, not to fear. Because you deserve to choose for yourself. Even in old age. Maybe, especially in old age. Before we dive in, let me ask you something simple. If you're watching this because you care about aging well or helping a loved one stay independent longer, drop a quick comment below that says, "I care." It helps me know this message is reaching the right people. And if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to Senior Longevity Tips. We share practical advice every week to help seniors live healthier, happier, and more independent lives. We often underestimate how deeply big decisions affect our inner selves, especially when those decisions involve our home. It might seem like moving to a senior living facility is just a change of address. But it's so much more than that. It's a break from the place where you've spent years, sometimes your entire life. And if this decision is made too quickly, out of exhaustion, fear, or pressure, it can bring not relief, but anxiety. You see, our minds don't like sudden changes. Even when we're young, changing habits, surroundings, smells, and routines is hard. But as we get older, it becomes many times harder. Because everything around you is a part of your identity. And when that's suddenly taken away, your heart silently protests. You might feel like you've disappeared. Like no one really knows you anymore. Like you're just another room, with your bed, your schedule, your pills. It's a difficult feeling, and it's rarely talked about. But it's very real. When decisions are made in the heat of emotions, we don't see the full picture. We think, "I won't be a burden to anyone." But here's the important thing: you're not a burden. You are needed, just in a different way. Quieter. Calmer. But still needed. In our psyche, there's something called emotional adaptation. The older we get, the more time we need to adjust to new circumstances. And if that adjustment happens against your will, or before you're ready, it can feel like an inner loss. So again, don't rush. Try not to run away from exhaustion, but allow yourself to rest in the familiar, in the place you call home. And only when your strength returns, when things feel clearer, then make your decision. Because it should be a choice made out of self-love, not fear. Often it feels like there's no real choice. Either you're home alone and everything feels like it's falling apart, or someone rescues you and you move to a place where everything is controlled. But between these two extremes, there's a huge space, a space full of possibilities. The truth is, today there are many ways to stay in your own home while still getting support, care, and even companionship. For example, there are services that come to your home and help with the essentials: cooking meals, cleaning, reminding you to take your medicine. It could be a nurse or simply a kind person who visits for a few hours each day. And this isn't a luxury, it's a common practice in many countries, including here in the US. In many communities, volunteer organizations exist specifically to help older adults stay at home. They might deliver groceries, drive you to doctor's appointments, or simply come over to chat over a cup of tea. Sometimes that's all it takes to stop feeling alone. And then there's technology. Nowadays, everything can be made easier. Smartwatches that monitor your blood pressure and heart rate, video cameras that let you see your kids and grandkids live even if they're far away, and alert systems that notify family members if you fall or feel unwell. This isn't science fiction, it's reality, available right now. And if a little extra help is all you're missing, maybe it's time to give it a try. Because a nursing home isn't the only option. And it's definitely not the best choice for everyone. You can live in your own home, next to your favorite tree, near the window that's watched over you since you were young, and still be safe. Sometimes, what you need isn't a new address, but a new approach. Imagine your home. Not just a house, but a place filled with all your memories, the smells, the sounds, your favorite things. That special corner where you've watched sunrises and enjoyed quiet dinners. For many of us, home is more than just walls and a roof. It's safety. It's peace. It's a part of who we are. When you live in your own familiar space, you feel in control. You know every nook and every sound. And that brings an incredible sense of comfort. Researchers have long noticed that older adults who stay in their own homes tend to feel happier and more emotionally resilient. Every item in the house tells a story. A book on the shelf, a photo in a frame, a favorite chair, these aren't just things, they're emotional anchors that keep a person warm and give that feeling of home. Changing this place means losing a part of yourself. And not everyone is ready to take that step. That's why the decision to move should be made carefully. It's not just about convenience or care, it's about your inner world, about your peace of mind. Sometimes, even small changes, like rearranging furniture, new curtains, or help with cleaning, can make your life more comfortable without taking away the most important thing, your home. Respect for yourself starts with respect for your space. And that space is your fortress. One of the most essential things that helps us feel truly alive and valued is the presence of people around us. It is through our connections with others that we find meaning, comfort, and a sense of belonging. Our family, friends, neighbors, and acquaintances, these relationships are what fill our days with light, warmth, and joy. They create a network of support that surrounds us, making life richer and more fulfilling. When we feel supported by those around us, it becomes easier to face challenges and overcome difficulties. Even when our bodies may weaken or fail us, the emotional strength we gain from meaningful connections can lift us up and help us persevere. Sometimes, it is the simplest things that make the biggest difference: a heartfelt conversation, a shared walk in the fresh air, or a quiet cup of tea with someone we trust. These moments nourish the soul, reminding us that we are not alone. Unfortunately, many older adults often begin to experience loneliness, which can lead them to consider drastic changes like moving into a nursing home or assisted living facility. It's a natural reaction when isolation starts to weigh heavily on the heart. However, it's important to remember that staying connected and continuing to live in your own home is still very much possible. The support of loved ones, the dedication of volunteers, and the resources of social services can all come together to assist with daily tasks and needs. Technology also plays an increasingly important role in keeping people connected to the outside world, whether through phone calls, video chats, or other digital means. Even if you rarely leave your home, these tools can help you stay engaged and maintain relationships. Most importantly, it is these connections, the people who care, the moments shared, and the help offered, that preserve our sense of self-worth and importance. Feeling needed and loved is a fundamental human desire, no matter our age. In the end, it's not about giving up your home or your independence. It's about opening your door to love, support, and connection, creating a space where you can continue to thrive emotionally and socially, because every one of us deserves to feel valued, loved, and needed throughout our entire lives. When we talk about old age, many people think it's a time for rest and less activity. But actually, moving and taking care of yourself are what help us live longer and enjoy life more. You don't even have to go far from home, but that doesn't mean you should give up on moving. Even simple daily actions, raising your arms, gentle neck and back exercises, slow walking around the room, already keep your body in good shape. Many experts recommend having a simple exercise routine that doesn't take much energy but helps avoid stiffness and joint pain. It could be a few minutes of morning stretches, some light stretching exercises, or even dancing to your favorite music. It's very important to take care not only of your body but also of your soul. Our emotional health is closely connected to our physical well-being. Listen to your favorite songs, watch interesting movies, read books you love. All these help keep your mood positive. Another secret is proper nutrition. A balanced diet rich in fresh vegetables, fruits, proteins, and vitamins helps support your immune system and gives you energy every day. If possible, consult with your doctor or nutritionist to find what works best for you. Don't forget about sleep. A good night's rest is the foundation for restoring your energy. Try to go to bed and wake up at the same time each day so your body gets used to the rhythm. Also, nowadays there are many options for those who want to stay healthy but can't or don't want to leave home often. Online yoga classes, fitness exercises, brain workouts. You can find these on the internet or through local senior support services. If you struggle with motivation, ask family or friends to join you in these activities. It's always easier and more fun together. And remember, staying active isn't a competition. It's your way of loving yourself. Small steps every day make your life brighter and fuller. By staying in your own home, you keep not just your space but also your strength, independence, and joy of living. Because true strength lies in loving and taking care of yourself at every stage of life. Thinking about moving into a nursing home can bring up a lot of fears and doubts. Fear of losing control is common. Your home is your space, and the idea that others will set the rules can feel overwhelming. Fear of loneliness also shows up. Even with people around, you might worry about losing your connection with family or feeling forgotten. Many worry they'll be seen just as a patient or resident, and not as a full person with a story. That feeling of being invisible is painful. Doubts like, "Am I doing the right thing?" or, "Will I lose who I am?" are natural and show how much you care about your dignity. That's why it's so important not to rush. Take your time, talk openly with loved ones, and listen to your own heart. You're not alone, your feelings are real and deserve respect. One of the hardest things can be talking openly about how you feel and what you need, especially about big changes. But honest conversations with family and friends can bring comfort and understanding. Find a calm moment when everyone can focus, and say you want to talk about something important to you. Share your fears, hopes, and doubts. Your openness will help others understand you better. Remember, you have a right to your feelings, even if they're complicated. It's important to be heard and respected. Listen to others too, they might have their own worries. Talking together helps find solutions that work for everyone. If it feels too hard, professionals like counselors can help guide these talks. Love and understanding can build bridges. Together, you can find a path that honors your dignity and freedom. We've come a long way talking about why it's okay to take your time before deciding about nursing homes, how to stay healthy and active at home, and how important your independence is. The most important thing to remember: your life is your choice. No one should take away your freedom or dignity. Your home is more than just a place, it's your story, your comfort, your safety. Staying active, reaching out for support, and making decisions with care is a sign of strength, not weakness. If and when you decide to make a change, let it be a choice made calmly, with respect for who you are. You don't have to rush. You deserve to live your life with love and dignity, especially now. I believe your path will be full of light and joy. You deserve the very best. If this video helped you even a little, please give it a thumbs up so YouTube shows it to someone else who might desperately need this information. And remember to subscribe to Senior Longevity Tips if you haven't already. This channel is your daily home for practical advice on aging well, protecting your health, and living with strength and confidence after 60. Whether you're here for yourself or for someone you love, you're in the right place. Finally, let me just say thank you. Thank you for caring, for being curious, and for choosing knowledge and action over fear and confusion. Every informed decision you make today leads to a better, healthier tomorrow. Remember, your life is your story. Write it your way. So stay wise, stay strong, and I'll see you in the next video.